Happy holidays, everyone. It's Amanda here with your 2020 RuneScope. And yes, if you didn't get the memo, if you didn't watch the intro in last month's RuneScope, this will be my last video. And I will no longer be conducting private Skype sessions after December 19th. That's gonna be the last day. I did open up a few more dates if you have never gotten a reading from me and always wanted to, or it's been a while since you've gotten one. You can drop me a line at my email address. It's below in the box below the video. If it's gone, if it's not there, that just means that all of those appointments have been booked. So yeah, it's just time for me to move on. I got to do what I'm always telling you guys to do and follow the path that Spirit is shoving me in, and actually has been for the last 2 years. So I'm actually really excited about the new chapter and to have a better work-life balance. That will be nice. So it's just time. But, so I do take my own advice, just to let you know. But it's been a great 7.5-year ride here on YouTube. If I ever do come back, I never say never, but I don't have any plans to. If I do, though, I will pop up on this channel, just say hi and see who's hanging out. So if you want to stay subscribed, feel free, or just search for RuneScopes every now and then to see if I'm back. I do love doing this. It's something I enjoy. So even if I'm not on here, trust me, I will be reading someone's runes or tarot out there in the world somewhere. But thank you so much for your support, your comments, your likes, your shares, all of my regulars. Thank you so much for supporting me over the years. I couldn't have done it without you. It was the whole point I was here. And even if these videos had only helped a few people, it would have been worth it. But from the heartfelt comments I've received, I can tell, and I'm so heartened and happy and actually humbled by your comments from last month. And I'm sure I'll get more this month. And I read every single one, so I am reading those as you comment. I do read those. So thank you so much, and I'm so happy and humbled to hear that the videos have helped so many people. And I'm so glad that I could do that. And so thanks for the support. But yeah, this is gonna be our last one. Also, the Vimeo channel will be going away. I think it's the end of January or February. I'm not really sure. Again, all of that content will be outdated. The last thing I posted was November spiritual guidance. So that'll be over anyway. However, this YouTube video will be here all year for 2020. Do check back in from time to time to see where you are with our runes. We're gonna be using the Medieval Scapini Tarot for our 2020 RuneScopes. And then also I'm going to pull a major arcana from the Oswald Worth tarot deck. I did get it to shuffle better. It was a lot easier with just the major arcana. But I want to pull like a yearly overview card for all of you and just kind of see what themes, or what at least some of the major themes are going to be that you're dealing with in 2020. So without further ado, have a lovely holiday season, and a happy new year too. And let's jump in and see how that new year is gonna go for y'all. Hey Aries, let's get our runes out here for 2020. And let's see what's gonna be going on for you. Aries for 2020, which rune's gonna talk to Aries about 2020? So as always, Aries, it's a general reading here. So be sure to check your rising sign as well for additional messages, info, or clarification on anything that may come up here in this reading. If I mentioned in the intro that I still have private sessions available, definitely contact me if you want to squeak in before I am out of here. But yeah, just go back to the beginning. I recorded the intro last and then edit everything together. So if I still have any available, I'll mention that in there. So in general, we're going to start in the present, and the present, since we're covering a year here, is going to be anywhere from the end of December 2019 to the end of March 2020, roughly. Again, I'm talking to a lot of people, so that can vary. But we do have the Queen of Swords coming up here. So this could be a male or female air sign energy, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra that is coming up here and influencing that period of time, or, you know, is popping up between the end of December and beginning of spring next year. This is somebody helping you leave a negative situation. And this person could be male or female. If I didn't mention that earlier, again, it's a general reading. So, you know, it's going to be a male for some of you, a female for others of you Aries out there. But so it could be a lawyer helping you deal with a situation, leave a situation. This could be something that comes up quite suddenly. With Hagalaz here, Hagalaz always has to do, it's kind of like the Tower card. It's external forces. So it's kind of, it usually has to do with, you know, things we can only react to. It's things that come up that we weren't expecting to deal with. And we do have to deal with them. But the good news is you have this person who, again, with their expertise, their intellect, their knowledge, their power, perhaps, is going to be able to help you close the door on this. It does seem like this is something that's recurring. For some of you, I feel like this is a health issue. So this could be a doctor or a specialist or somebody who's treating you for, because yeah, I feel with need in the reverse, it could be something that keeps coming back around. A pattern that keeps repeating. This could also be a person you have a relationship with that the pattern keeps repeating. I kind of get the feeling, Aries, like this is not a bad energy. Again, when these cards are in the upright, that means they are, their intentions are good or they're helping you. So, but this could be like, if this is a romantic situation, or if it's somebody who made a mistake, you just are not interested. I feel like maybe you've moved on. So it could be somebody coming back for like a redo. It could be a friend, even a family member attempting to reconnect. But maybe you just are not, you don't really want any part of it. I feel like you're like, you've closed that door and moved on. Or this person is helping you do that. This could also be if you are in a relationship or something that isn't working, this could be someone who gives you the initiative to break that pattern, break that cycle. And it would be somebody unexpected though. So I don't feel like this is maybe somebody you would meet like looking, especially if you're already in a relationship. It just is somebody you meet in an unexpected way when you're not looking for anybody. And sometimes we can meet people like this and it can jolt us into a new understanding or a new awareness about the relationship or the environment or situation that you are in. It could be the same with work. It could be a job offer. We do have some indications that for some of you it could be that. Like you're just, maybe there are unexpected changes happening at work and you really want to leave. But unexpectedly there's communication or an offer or somebody sending you a link that a certain place is hiring or something. So yeah, there's something here kind of out of the blue that helps you break a cycle, break a pattern, get out of a negative kind of circle of negativity here. Or find help or finally solve a problem, especially if it's a health issue, finally find a treatment or something that's going to work with that. So this can stop disrupting your life, stop coming back, as it were. Let's see if we get anything else. Another way I'm seeing this, especially if you are an Aries with a rising sign in air, that this could be your energy, like you are the one helping yourself, right? You're severing these ties, breaking this pattern. You're done. You're over it. You're slamming a door shut on a repeating pattern. It could be your own repeating pattern or someone else's that you are There could be something unexpected that comes up and you're just like, I'm not going to put up with this anymore. I'm not going to take this anymore. Bye. This rune in the reverse is always bye. We've done all we're supposed to do together, or I've done all I'm supposed to do at this job and I'm moving on. Your challenge for the year, we got the Six of Swords. Let me see what's coming through here with this rune here. Yeah, it's moving away from conflict or a conflicted situation. It could be a person that's causing the conflict. So if you live with somebody that you're always fighting, or there's again, a cycle of negativity. If you're in a job and you're not getting along with your teammates, if you have to collaborate with people and they're not, you just don't work well together. And honestly, Aries tends to be like happiest in the leader position. If you are stuck on a team where you have to collaborate with people and they don't like your ideas, or they just don't get where you're coming from on things, or, I can understand that. Your challenge is to leave behind, situations that are stressful because of arguments, disagreements, if that's the way it always is. Right? If it's just constant, nonstop disagreements, it could be time to, and with the Six of Swords, there's always a bit of a loss here. It's like, it's too bad that didn't work out, but I need to move on. Or there's always a bit of, I'll try again tomorrow, but all I can do right now is leave this behind. It's unworkable as is, right? So there's something, Aries, and again, talking to a lot of people, so what area of life and what this situation is going to be different for all of you. If you're watching this early in December, or, before we're well into 2020, this may not have even cropped up yet. So, at some point there is, there's just something you got to leave behind for your own well-being. And I think particularly for your mental well-being. There could be somebody who is their energy, or the constant arguing, it just gets to be too much. It's too distressing, living in this constant energy of combativeness, or feeling like you're always having to be on guard. Where's the next argument or disagreement going to come from? And, I feel like you're just going to reach a point in 2020 where you just want some peace and quiet. You just want someone to leave you alone, or you just want someone to not be there anymore when you get home. For some of you, this is a marriage or a living arrangement. If you have if you live with your boyfriend, live with your girlfriend, it could be that, but it could also be one of your kids, because with the rune of mother in reverse, it could be that, maybe your kid's doing some things you don't approve of, or it could be your mom. If your mom is living with you, you could be like, Mom, I love you, but we can't live together. Or a mother-in-law. It could be any older female if you're not the older female. It could also be a female that you live with, who may be a mother to, her own kids. Maybe you don't have kids together. So a lot of different ways this is working out, but it's someone that you associate with regularly on the daily. And in order to kind of leave this behind and stop the conflict, you're going to have to move out of the situation, or they are going to have to move out of the situation. You could be kicking someone out here, Aries. Or you could be leaving a job. It's your challenge to do that, though. So when this is the challenge, it's not that you can't do it, but for some reason it may seem too hard or too difficult, or you just to tackle. You may go back and forth on whether you should stay, whether you should go, whether you should look for a new job, whether you should move on from this situation. You may feel like there's something still to be salvaged. Maybe particularly because we're dealing with the 6. It may be up until June that you are, before you make up your mind. For some of you, it may even be up until the middle of the year before this even kind of becomes apparent what this situation is. So that's your challenge, but it's a minor arcana. So, I mean, even though, yeah, ending a relationship is a big deal, it does seem like for many of you that the biggest adjustment is, I feel like maybe emotionally or mentally, certainly you left the relationship long ago for many of you. It's just the physical, like, where will I go? Or, you know, how do I get them out of here? It's that sort of energy. Let's see what the help's going to be here. Got the Knight of Coins. Someone else got this, but in a different position. I think it might have been Capricorn. So again, another court card. Another person. This is Earth sign energy, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Sometimes, though, the Pentacles people will come up just to signify that this is a boss, this is income, this is money, this is somebody who brings you the money, shows you the money, right? Now, he is the slowest moving knight of the deck, but that means that he's building a more reliable foundation. So whatever is being offered by the Knight of Coins, you can rely on it. It's steadfast. It's for real. It's not pie in the sky. So this could be an opportunity coming in that's being offered to you, Aries. It could have something to do with home, property, again, real estate, moving. You could get a really good deal or a really nice offer on your own home. For some of you, what's coming up, this delay of being able to move, maybe because you're having trouble selling your property or you're having trouble finding, trying to find a buyer or having trouble finding, you know, the place you want to invest in. There could be, there's a solid offer coming in, but with him, it could be saying, you know, you may have to wait a little bit for it. Don't give up. It just may take a little bit longer than you are initially planning. This could also be for some of you an offer to work from home or to work, start a home business with an earth sign. Again, this could be male or female, this night. But yeah, you could increase your money working from home or, starting a website, running a business from home. But it does seem like you're partnering up with someone else in order to do this. If it's not, if you are selling your home though, do wait on the right offer and don't accept less, because this is saying if you wait, you will get a fair offer. You will get the right offer in 2020 if you're selling property. Same thing if you're buying, don't pay more than you can afford to pay, because you're going to find one that is the right deal. If you are looking for property in 2020, some of you may be moving back to a place you lived before, because this rune has a lot of connections to the past, to childhood, to the home. You could be moving back to your hometown. You could be moving closer to family members or people from your past. There could be a past life connection as well with this. It could be, maybe it's not a place you've lived before, but it feels like home. It reminds you of home, either a place you've lived in this life or in a previous life. So you could also inherit a home or property from someone, from a loved one, from a relative, or inherit some possessions that are quite valuable with this. So, there could be like something going on with an estate for some of you. It could be that's what this conflict was. And maybe someone else is living in a property you inherited, and you've got to kind of be the heavy and kick them out, or your lawyer does anyway, because it's your property now. And so that could be another way this is working out. I think many of you may be renovating, fixing up a property you inherit and selling it. Others of you, that could be the business you're going into. You're going to fix things up. You're going to purchase properties, fix them up in partnership with this person. So maybe this person does the carpentry work or does the renovations, or you do, and then this person handles the contracts and stuff like that. But yeah, there could be a partnership in like a home flipping business. And, maybe you do your first home in 2020, or at least get started on it. And again, it's going to take a while to build, but it's really going to it's going to pay off with this. You're building a very solid financial base, foundation, secure foundation for the future starting in 2020. So if you haven't felt that way about your financial situation, Aries, then 2020 you can improve it significantly and in a reliable, steady way. What must be accepted? We do have the Pope. Someone else got this too, in the reverse though. So this person could be a Taurus, because this is the major arcana associated with Taurus. So this earth sign person might be a Taurus, doesn't have to be, but I think for some of you it will be, since that's the Taurus significator here. So what must be accepted is convention. We're going to have to stick to the rules in some way in 2020, Aries. Especially when it comes to how you make your money. It is not, and it does kind of go back to this, it's going to help you to go for the methodical, practical, analytical approach. I'm going to work for the big corporation rather than risking things. If you do start a business, like that home flipping business we were talking about, you're going to go into it with somebody who's doing it, already doing it, or has done it before, has experience in that. So any kind of erratic, risky thing, it's not well starred in 2020, Aries. From this energy, you can increase your money significantly if you do it by the book in 2020. And you know, every year's not like that. Some years it pays more to take a risk here or there, but it does seem like if you do that in 2020, you'll be disappointed with the results. You could stand to lose a lot. And but I think if you're shifting, I do see shifting in the way you're making your money, but it's still to a more reliable, again, like you'll have a check every week, right? Because this is also, it could have something to do with institutions. If it's not a huge corporate, like giant that you're working for, yeah, it could be an institution, a hospital, a church, government, a university, anything like that. You know, if you've been looking to going into teaching, Aries, or public speaking, or anything like, yeah, seminars, or helping people learn how to do something, that could be well starred as well in 2020. You could become a teacher. You could, you know, increase your salary. I don't normally, our poor teachers are not paid nearly enough, so I don't know, it's not the first thing I would think of, but I mean, you know, maybe you're making less than a teacher's salary would be, so yeah, if you teachers out there, you educators, you may have to leave though. You know, maybe you're at a teaching job now that's just not paying you like what they should be paying you, but if you would just move a couple towns over or something, you could increase your money and have stability, for sure. This may be something that's coming up around Taurus time, end of April, early May, since we've got that energy here as well. So yeah, May and June seem to be, for a lot of you, again, not all of you, but a lot of you, they seem to be significant for you increasing your money in a reliable, steadfast way, and playing it safe, playing by the rules, playing it smart in 2020. The outcome, we got the Four of Cups. So this is, you know, the first thing that comes to mind with this card is everything may seem a little bit monotonous. It may not be the most exciting year, 2020, for some of you Aries. I also feel like for some of you, this is going back to job offers, offers on property. You just may be like, these are all kind of, you know, this may just be the feeling as you're going through that and how, like, you know, that's not the best offer, or, you know, we put a lot of work into this, we should get more for that, or, you know, this even could be like, if you're feeling this way about a home, if you are looking for a new property or a new home in 2020, if you're feeling like, it'll do, it's just okay. But yeah, for whatever reason, maybe you have to get out of your house by a certain date, so you're feeling rushed. I would still, this is not the energy I would advise you to buy a house on. I would be looking more for like the 10 of Cups, or, oh, this feels like home and it feels wonderful and I love the architecture, or I love the way the neighborhood, or, you just really, it should feel like home. Remember, it may take longer than you're thinking. In fact, it's probably definitely going to with these energies, but if you're feeling just so or kind of blasé about something, Aries, no matter what it is in 2020, give it a pass, because that's not the right one. Trust your intuition when it feels right. You will know, and if you're like, well, should I move here? Then no, that's not. It should be a no-brainer. Is what go for the no-brainers in 2020. But let's see finally what major arcana is going to be the overriding theme for 2020 for Aries. You've got Temperance in reverse. So here's what it looks like in the upright, in the this Oswald Worth deck. So because you pulled it in reverse, it's going to be a year of extremes. There are, highs and lows, extreme highs, extreme lows. So again, try not to get too down, it may be a bit of a roller coaster in the emotional sense, Aries. In the money sense, I don't think so. It looks like that's going to be more steady if you can make the right moves in 2020. But yeah, emotionally, I do think it may be a bit of a roller coaster year for you. But some of you may be like, hey, cool, that's exciting at least. At least I won't be bored. Because, again, with the Four of Cups here, anything to combat the boredom. I would say maybe, just appreciate the boredom more. As this manifests, if it manifests as a roller coaster year. Sometimes we do need to go to extremes, though. Sometimes we need to, fight hard or really put a lot of extreme effort into something if we want it to get done, or if we really want it badly. So if there's a goal or a home or a situation a job, anything that you want to change, the more effort you can put into it, and you may have to, again, put the extreme amount into it. You may be exhausted, but that will get you results. The other side of this, though, is balance, right? We want to make sure we're living a balanced life and that our emotions are balanced. Our time is balanced. Make sure you're spending enough time between work and your home life. Make sure you're spending time with people you enjoy spending time with, not wasting time with people who are, this constant picking fights, or, that combative energy we were talking about earlier. Life's too short to waste on that. And you may find that once you move out of that energy, you're able to turn this on its head and get the balance back. Get into a more creative mode. Get more excited about your future, and get more excited about creating your future, creating the future that you want. For the rest of the year, whenever this you make these changes in 2020 and beyond. Because, temperance has a lot to do with creativity. It's about taking two opposite things, or two things that don't normally work together, and creating something new. It can be, it can be anything. Two people, two situations, two ideas that, people normally wouldn't put together, but you can do that and create something lasting. So that is what I see, Aries, for 2020. I want to wish you the best of luck. Thanks so much for your support over the years here on the RuneScopes channel. I do appreciate you. I want to wish you a very happy holiday season, a happy new year. Have a lovely 2020 and beyond.